morning, viewers. You're watching Republic TV with me, Hina Sharma, and today is a big day for India's defense infrastructure as Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a short while will inaugurate the first ever in Northeast dual-use infrastructure, which is emergency landing facility in Assam's Dibrugarh in Moran. It is a big day for India's defense infrastructure. We'll continue to track that story, but first, let's take a look at the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to land on Assam highway airstrip today to witness aerial display of fighter jets. Indian national Nikhil Gupta pleads guilty in assassination plot to kill Khalistani terrorists.
शंकराचार्य नहीं लिख सकता। हर व्यक्ति हर पीठ के आचार्य के रूप में जाकर के जहां तहां वातावरण खराब नहीं कर सकता। उन मर्यादाओं का पालन सबको करना होगा।
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath takes on Swami Avimukteswaranand, says not every person can write as a Shankaracharya. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu defends his government's decision to go public with Laddu adulteration information, says concealing it would be a sacrilege. After Rohit Pawar's explosive press conference, AAIB to release preliminary report on Baramati crash soon.
SP Kurukshetra.
You write to DGP.
Sir, SP Kurukshetra.
अरे you write to DGP. मैं कह रहा हूँ उसको सस्पेंड करो।
सर मैं DG सर को
मैं कह रहा हूँ उसको सस्पेंड करो। आपने खाली एग्जीक्यूट कर दिया मेरा।
Haryana Minister Anil Viz loses his temper, argues with police superintendent over cops' suspension. Alright, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is making history today by landing directly on a highway airstrip in Assam's Dibrugarh district, marking a significant milestone for India's defense infrastructure. Now, the 4.2-kilometer emergency landing facility on the Moran-Dimo stretch of the national highway is a game changer. So, this is a big story that we are tracking. India's northeast, in fact, is all set to get its first ever ELF, which is emergency landing facility. Now remember, this Moran airstrip is just about 300 kilometers from the line of actual control with China. So this is a big strategic landing facility that Northeast is getting. It is a dual-use infrastructure, which means that it can be used in any sort of civilian national contingencies in the region and also at the time of any sort of security contingencies as well. So you can see the visuals on your screen from the program. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi can arrive there at any time and will inaugurate this facility in Dibrugarh district in Moran. And after that, he'll head to Guwahati for another inauguration of a 6-lane Setu. But we'll keep on tracking this story for you. This is 4.2-kilometer Moran airstrip in Assam that we're talking about right ahead of elections. All right, I have Air Vice Marshal P.K. Srivastav, defense expert, live with us. Thank you so much, Air Marshal, for joining this morning. This is a big development that we are getting from Assam. This is a dual-use infrastructure. India has about over a dozen such infrastructure, but first ever in Northeast, a very strategically important development. What is your first thoughts?
We are, as veteran or otherwise who's following the air power kind of thing, we are very happy that government is focusing on the northeastern sector because the kind of Chinese lineup is there and they have their bases across the line of control and we need to match them. We got now 2 major air bases over there, Hashimara, Chabua, and other bases are there. And now this one comes as an emergency landing facility and building it on a road makes it even more, a kind of strategic asset in times of war. When the tempo of war goes up, then you need all kinds of facilities available to you. This can be used for refueling, rearming, battle damage, maintenance, and sustaining the tempo of the war. So in times of war, it's a very useful asset and I'm very happy that the government is looking at it. This is 7th in the series. 4 are in Uttar Pradesh and 2 in Rajasthan. This is the 7th one which has come up. This kind of thing is extremely important to integrate in the air power, arsenal of the nation. Now, coming to it, can be used for human, relief operations, disaster. That area is flood prone, and this can be, this can become a kind of, it used for the operations which are related to humanitarian relief. But another thing which is very important in this, if you see the location from the northeast, the Arunachal facing China border is just about 250 to 300 kilometers for many, important bases which are across our line of control. So you get reach to them, and that reach is very important as far as Indian Air Force is concerned. Also, you can, you can build this and make this as part of your, air power system. But let me just share with your viewers that it wouldn't be so easy, because we need to position everything over there and do a lot of rehearsals, practice before it really becomes operationally available. This has become available to make it part of our exercises, to make it part of our, air power. We'll have to work further on this and create, kind of, I would say, flexibility that our ATC can move there, our maintenance groups can move there, our refueling centers can move there, our fire tenders can move there. But Prime Minister landing on this trip, it gives a great message to the nation that I don't think anywhere else in the world, in road, runways, any of the, presidents or prime ministers have landed. Our Prime Minister that way is paving the way, and he's showing the way that yes, whatever is done for the armed forces, even he is very comfortable landing over there. Because the moment you make Prime Minister of the country land over there, it has to be ready in all respects. And further, if you would like to know, so I would like to say it's a very, very welcome step, and we really appreciate this. And also, if you're landing a C-130 kind of Hercules aircraft, that means fighters can always land. It's a heavy aircraft, medium lift. And if that aircraft can land successfully, others can also land. So it's a great sight to see.
Absolutely. Air Vice Marshal, this airstrip is also close to Myanmar border, which is a very...
सैन्य और साथ ही नागरिक दोनों तरह के विमानों के लिए तैयार की गई है।